feels good and appropriate today. And then we're going to find a comfortable seated position. You can lean back in your chair, you can sit up nice and tall, engaging those ab muscles. Finding our hands in our laps, palm face down for focus and grounding, palms face up for bringing in a little bit more energy. And then we're going to draw our shoulders down, closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Imagining our head floating directly above our shoulders, shoulders floating directly above our hips. And we're going to tune into our breath without changing anything about it, just noticing how our natural breathing pattern is. Maybe it's fast or slow. Maybe it's deep or shallow. Just noticing the physical movement of the breath in the body, if you can feel it. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Staying here, tuning in with the natural breath or beginning to tug at the edges of the breath, deepening our inhales through the nose, slowing our exhales through the mouth or nose. You can make the breath audible by restricting the muscles in the throat. This is our ocean breath, ujjayi breath, that's a new practice. And then just noticing if we can feel the breath down in the belly, expanding as we breathe in, and condensing as we breathe out. Notice if you can feel the breath in the rib cage, expanding as we breathe in, and condensing as we breathe out. And maybe we notice the breath in the shoulders gently lifting as we breathe in, and gently falling as we breathe out. And then maybe we notice the breath at the nostrils as we breathe in, or at the mouth or the nostrils as we breathe out. Staying here, just tuning in with our slow breaths, remembering to listen to our bodies. If anything hurts, taking it slower, smaller, or just not doing it. Taking our time, keeping with our own pace, remembering to breathe. Taking breaks whenever we need to, and modifying any of the movements or postures as we need to. 3 more slow breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. 2 more. Letting it all out, maybe even making each breath a little bit slower. Last one, maybe our slowest one so far, in through the nose. And out through the nose or mouth, allowing the chin to drop down towards the chest. Head gets heavy, shoulders are heavy. Keeping the eyes closed for as long as you want. Returning back to the natural breath, wiggling the fingers and toes, bringing awareness back into the limbs. And then gently bringing our gaze up. And you can stay with your palms face up, or you can face them down on the lap. We're going to begin with our feet today. So we're just going to gently tiptoes and then rocking back onto our heels. Heel toe lifts here, nice and slow. You can even go with the breath if that feels good. In one direction, out the opposite direction. Just warming up our ankles and our calves here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up on our tiptoes. Hold those heels up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering them down. Let's shuffle heel toe to one side, center. Feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, trying to keep those heels beneath the knees the best we can. And then we're going to just lift our leg about halfway up, and then we're going to lower. Halfway, and down. Good. This is great for our knees. Nice and slow. And if you want, you can always take it all the way up if that feels better. Let's go for 3, 2. And then this last one, we're going to hold here. We're going to point the toe, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to bring it down and up. Little pulses, almost like we wanted to press a button on the ground with our toe. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Let that leg come in. Big breath here. And over to the other side. So coming halfway up and halfway up and taking it nice and slow and controlled, especially on the decline down. Starting to feel our thigh muscles fire up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then this last one we're going to hold halfway, point the toe if that's available to you, and then little pulses. You're trying to tap the ground with your toe in front of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way down. Excellent. And then we're going to just bring one leg all the way up. Lower it down. Switching leg all the way up. And up. Down. Up. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch it up a little bit. So we're starting on the first side. We're going to point our toes out, heels in, lift it up, and down. 2 more. Up, and down. Last one. Good. Now we're going to bring the toe in, heel out, lift it up. Not going to go as high, that's okay. Up. And good. Bring back down. Switching to that other side. So heel in, toe out. This is like our half penguin stance. Last one. 3 of each. Then we're going to turn the toe in, heel out. So we're doing a little pigeon toed and lift. Lower. Lift. More. Last one. Okay. Option to continue one leg at a time, but we're going to grab onto the bottom of your chair. We're going to lift both legs and both up and down. Good. 3 more. Maybe our inhales lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. And then we're going to point both toes out. Heels come towards each other to lift. And just 3 of these. Last one. Okay, turn the toes in, heels out. Bring them up, maybe the toes touch. Up. Last one. And good. You can stomp the feet out a little bit. Take a deep breath in. And out. 1 more. Okay, so we're going to come into our figure 4s. Our modification is you can just cross up the ankles if that figure 4 is not available to you. If it is, you're going to just bring your ankle up to your opposite knee. We're going to try to keep that heel that's on the ground below the knee as best you can. We're going to take a couple deep breaths here. Settling into the position. Okay. Option to stay here and just focus on breathing, or we're going to point and flex. Nice and slow. Might hear some snap pops, that's okay. And then let's draw some circles. So you want your ankle all the way to the outer side of the knee, so you have the range of motion here. Let's go the opposite direction. Good. Then we're going to pull the toe up towards the knee and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that toe right there. If you have experienced any knee issues while in this position, keeping the toe flexed towards the knee might help relieve that. Or if it doesn't, you can just let that foot relax. Now we're going to go into some rocking back and forth. So our inhale, sit us nice and tall. Exhale, hinging at the hip, heart leads us forward. We're not going on as far as we can because we're going to breathe in and up. Exhale to lower. Remember, we want to keep our head above our heart, so we're being pulled forward by the heart and not by the head and the shoulders. Exhale, keeping the shoulders back as much as we can, nice and tall. And maybe we find that we go a little bit further down each time. Let's go 3 more. We're going to try not to pull ourselves with the arms, just letting our torso get heavy and fold. Last 2. And the last one we're going to just hold. So maybe our chin drops down. Again, we're not trying to pull the shoulders towards the leg, opening the shoulders back, pulling the heart towards the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our inhales, lifting back up. Exhale, allow that ankle to come down. Finding our middle position, we can bring our palms facing forward, arms long to the sides. Seated mountain position, big breath in, get a little taller through the spine. Exhale, sinking down into the chair. 1 more, in and up. Out and down. And just noticing if that side of the body feels any different, maybe a little bit looser, a little bit longer. And then taking it over to the other side. Again, you can always just cross up the ankles or bringing that ankle onto the knee. Again, we want to find our edge. We don't want to go over it though. 3 deep breaths here. Making sure that exhale is a little bit longer than the inhale, settling into the position. Awesome. Good. And then let's point and flex. Maybe this ankle feels a little bit different. That's okay. We're just noticing. We can definitely be asymmetrical in our bodies. I'm just noticing how it feels today. And then we'll do some circles. Remember, you can always just hold the foot still and take some breaths if that's what's necessary for you today. Listening to your body. Opposite direction. Let's pull that toe up towards the knee. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing the foot. Our breath takes us a little bit taller. Our breath out. Hinges at the hips. Folding over. Inhale to lift up. Exhale. Maybe fold a little bit further this time. Our inhales lift us up as if we were being filled with helium. And then our exhales are folding holding down as if we're reflected. 3 more. In and out. Out. Good. Last one. Inhale. Lifting. Exhale. Folding out the hips forward. Maybe the head relaxes. Chin to chest. Try to keep those shoulders down and back away from the ears. Hold and breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. Good. And then exhale, release that foot down. Option to stay here, bringing the hands to the sides, palms facing forward. Big breath in, get tall. Exhale, softening into the chair. 1 more. And release. Again, noticing how this side of the body feels after the sets. And then we're going to bring our feet about as wide as the chair. Hands on our knees. We're going to take a deep breath in to our cow position. And deep breath out to our cat position. Think about that cow position. Heart's pulling us forward, gaze lifts, even if it's just the eyes. Exhale, spine to the chair, rounding through the back, chin to chest. Inhale, tailbone shoots back into space. And as we exhale, tailbone moves forward towards the knees. And then you're just following your own breath, taking it as big or as small as feels good in your body today. Just stretching that whole back of the body. Maybe your shoulders and shoulder blades squeeze back as you come forward. Maybe they open up as if the heart wanted to escape from the back of the body. As you breathe out. 3 more. Your own breath, your own pace. Making it your own movement. Last 2. Last one. And back. Coming up nice and tall. And then we're going to do some soupy grinds. So just spiraling the upper body from the hips in one direction. Taking it big or small. And if it feels good, you could also bring in your cat-cows here. So it's almost like you're swirling into a cow position and then swirling into a cat position. Let's get your mid and lower spine a little bit more. Again, making it your own. Going with the slow breaths here. Giving ourselves some times to feel into our hips and lower back. Also gives us the opportunities to engage your core muscles. Option to stay here with the hands on the legs, a little bit more support, or you can bring those hands, interlace them, and then bring them into a circle as if you were stirring a big cauldron. Again, a lot of intuitive movement here. And let's go ahead and go the opposite direction. Again, noticing if one direction feels different than the other. Just noticing, making no judgments. Good. Maybe with the hands off the lap, we begin to feel the abs engage a little bit more, especially when we pull ourselves back. And then we can stay here or bring the hands back to the knees as we continue to spiral around. Noticing any difference from when we had our hands involved. And noticing if this direction feels any different. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Went up nice nice and tall. Big breath here. And we're going to do a side body stretch. So we're going to have our hands out to the side. And we're going to just pick one side and we're going to dip down as if we wanted to touch the ground, but it's not about how far low we go. We want to think about keeping our spine straight. So our head is right in line with our heart and our tailbone almost, as if we were in between two panes of glass. Then bringing that opposite hand to either the hip, the shoulder, or extended, or even coming over the body. And you want to also think about rounding our gaze and our heart upwards. You can always lift the head, bring our gaze come forward or down if that feels better on the neck for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our inhales pull us up, exhales, float the arm down. Let's take a pause here in the center, palms face up, big breath in. And exhale. Notice if one side feels a little bit longer or more stretchy. And then we're coming over to the other side. So lining ourselves up, so we're coming directly down the side, keeping our head in line with our shoulders. Finding whatever position feels good on this side with the arm. It can vary side to side. Good. And then think about rounding the rib cage up towards the sky. Even if the head doesn't stay in that direction, you can look forward or down to help with the neck. Hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhales, lift. Exhales, float the arm down. Palms face up. Big breath here in the center. And down. Okay, one more thing with our legs. We're going to bring our hands onto our knees. Then we're going to just push the knees out. Coming back to center. Let's do that 4 more times. Nice and slow out. Rolling onto the outer arches of our knees. Open. Back to start. Open. Back to start. One more. Hold here. The knees are going to be out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to start. And then we're going to bring the knees in. Maybe come up on the tiptoes. Maybe you roll onto those inner arches. Maybe the knees touch, maybe they don't. 3 more. And then our last one, we're going to hold here, this internal rotation of our thighs. We don't get much of in our day-to-day life, so we'll hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open it up. Back to start. Good. And then we're just going to heel toe our feet back to hip distance, heels underneath our knees. Toes pointing forward. Let's do 3 more cat-cows. In, up, out, and down. 2 more, moving at your own pace with your own breath. Making them your own. Last one. Out and down. Nice and tall. Bring our hands to our shoulders. Maybe let the elbows drop for a little less intensity, or bring the elbows up for more intensity. And then we're just going to do little twists. Side to side. Maybe we go with the breath. Our inhales coming forward, exhales twisting to the side. Give that a try if that feels good. Maybe one breath to one side, out breath to the other. Find what feels best in your body, pivoting from that belly button. Arms aren't pulling, arms are staying out wide. Yeah, I understand. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. hands come down, floating down. Palms face out. Breathe in and up. Maybe they touch. And then as we exhale, we're pressing the air away. Good. In and up. Palms face up. Out and down, floating away. Good. We're going to switch it up here. Palms face up, coming to touch. And then as we exhale, we're drawing the hands down the center of the body. 2 more of those. So our palms up and out, moving a big halo around ourselves as we breathe in, and exhale, dragging the palms down the center line. 1 more. And then we're going to find our hands at heart center. Fingertips are pointing up, elbows are wide, and then we're going to twist so that the fingertips are pointing outward, maybe even down, depending on how our range of motion is today. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fingertips lift. And then maybe we point the fingertips towards the forehead, towards the nose, towards the throat, or even lower. Go ahead and hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the fingertips back up. Hands at heart center, elbows wide. And then we're going to have the hands shift over to one side. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shifting over to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to interlace our fingers, making some figure 8s. Loosening up our wrists. Moving up into our our upper body, arms and shoulders and neck. Let's go the opposite direction. And then our hands are going to release. We're going to spread our fingers out wide. Exhale, slowly closing the hands. Inhale, spread the fingers out as wide as they can go. Exhale, close slowly. 1 more. In and out goes the fingers. Out and in fingers. Good. Okay, here we're going to bring our hands down a little bit so we're not using so much shoulder strength. And then we're going to pretend like we're digging a little hole into the dirt with our thumbs. Arthritis, take it real slow, or you can just curl the thumbs and hold and breathe. Good. And then we're going to come into our pointer fingers. So again, it's like you're digging a hole in the dirt. You're about to plant some seeds. Good. Middle finger. You start getting a little bit more sticky as we move down. Maybe the other fingers want to join in, and that's okay. And let's do our ring fingers. Maybe you start slowing down a little bit more. Those individual joints become a little bit more difficult to move. And then finally our pinkies. And then let's shake up and down like a doggy paddle for 3, 2, 1, side to side. 3, 2, 1. Good. And it's open and close like you're trying to spray water off your hands. All these movements are really good, especially if you have any carpal tunnel. For 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Hands on the lap. Let's roll our shoulders back. 1 at a time. Nice and slow. Staying here with 1 at a time, or if you want to, you can take both shoulders back at the same time. shoulder rolls because it helps open up the chest. If we find ourselves slouching a lot, that really helps. We find that we have some tight muscles in our chest. Keeping that holding pattern. Maybe going to both arms at the same time, if that's not too much. 3, 2, last one. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a big hug. Wrapping our fingers around here. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice what hands on top of them. Breathe in, open up, reaching back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then switch. Opposite arm comes on top. Walking the fingers back as much as we can. Squeezing ourselves, giving ourselves a big hug for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And release. Do a little bit more shoulder blade work. We're going to bring our hands back to that prayer. We're going to inhale, elbows wide, a little bit higher than heart level. Then as we exhale, we're going to draw the elbows towards each other. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Thinking about those shoulder blades. Opening up as we breathe in, and the elbows open. And as we exhale, squeeze those elbows shut. Inhale, open. Maybe squeezing the shoulder blades shut as we open the elbows. Exhale. Dynamic movement here for 2 more. Last one. And then we're going to hold the elbows as close as we can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Shrug the shoulders up. Slowly lower them down. In and up. Out and down. In and up. Out. Option to continue nice and slow. Our inhales come up and our exhales drop the shoulders. In and up. Out and down. One more. Okay, good. Let's do a little bit of neck stretches and then we'll see where we're feeling and we'll do some holds. So, big breath in. Exhale. Chin comes down to the chest. Shoulders are heavy. We'll move with the breath to begin with. Our inhales, lifting up. Exhales. Chin comes down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Again, keeping in mind those shoulders staying away from the ears as much as possible. Last one. In and up. Out and down. Inhale back to center. And then as we exhale, we're going to look over one shoulder. Maybe we inhale back to center. Exhale over the other shoulder. Maybe that breathing pattern works for you, or you can take bigger breaths. Or one inhale over to one shoulder. One exhale over to the other shoulder. You're finding what feels best in your body today. You can always close your eyes and just feel into the movement. Being gentle on our cervical neck vertebra here. Let's go each direction one more time. Back to center. Okay, get nice and tall through the spine as we breathe in. Exhale, one ear drops to one shoulder. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, over to the other shoulder. In and up. Out and down. Good. 3 more. In and up. Out and down. 1 more each side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe twisting the palm up. Noticing the nuances of the movement and the stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palm face down. Draw the hand back into the lap. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, opposite ear, opposite shoulder. Shoulders are heavy, away from the ears. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe letting that hand, opposite hand, walk down. Get heavy for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe drawing the hand, palm face down, up to shoulder height. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option to bring the palm up and hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palm face down, hand comes back to the left. Inhale, nice and tall. Okay, let's do one stretch for our legs and then we'll do our final shavasana. One heel comes out, toe up, big breath in. Exhale, reaching down. Okay, we're hinging at the hips. Maybe keeping the head above the heart. You can always let the chin drop down towards the chest. Hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In and up. Drop it. Switching feet. Heel down, toes up. Big breath in. Exhale to lower. Finding whatever feels good on this side. And holding and breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In and up. And then we're going to bring both feet out. Maybe they're far apart, maybe they're close together. This is for our hips and our back. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Feel the stretch, keeping that head above the heart, or letting the chin drop down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In and up. Bringing the feet underneath the knees. And finding our final seated shavasana. So palms can be face down for focusing grounding. Palms face up for bringing in energy. Closing the eyes, softening the gaze. Tuning into the natural breath. Noticing if it's fast or slow, deep or shallow. If it's any different than what you felt at the beginning of the class. Either staying here or beginning to slow each in-breath through the nose, out-breath through the mouth and nose. Focusing on movement of the breath in the body, connecting our mind and our breath together, absorbing all the movements and stretches that we did during class, absorbing all the oxygen from the air, allowing our blood to run to wherever we need it, allowing ourselves to absorb the sounds. into the body. Deep breath in through the nose. Slow breath out through the nose or mouth. Letting the chin drop back down towards the chest. Head is heavy, shoulders are heavy. Coming back to our natural breath. Wiggling our fingers, wiggling our toes, bringing awareness back into our limbs. Keeping the eyes closed or soft for however long you like. Lifting the gaze forward, bringing our hands to heart center. Join me or receive this chant of Om. Breathing into chant. Yourself a nod or a bow, giving thanks for this day, thanks for all that we have, thanks for all that we can do, and I thank you for being here today with me, and from my heart to yours. Namaste.
Thank you, Amber.
Welcome.
What do you post it on?
I'm going to be posting them on YouTube.
And we're